Hello and welcome to Cricbuzz Live. The first game that we are doing. Another one happened before, but we were not here. So for us, it has started now. The first game that we are covering, West Indies and Scotland, happening in Kolkata. Scotland won the toss and put West Indies into bat. West Indies have kind of stumbled to 182. And I'll explain that more in detail because 182 isn't a score that you stumble to, but it's kind of stumbled for the loss of 5 wickets. Hetmyer there being the star, 64 of 36 at a strike rate of about 180. He was quite brutal on the Scottish bowlers. But for Scotland, the star definitely Brad Curry. His 4 overs going at less than a run a ball and him picking up 2 wickets and a very good last over as well to close out the innings. I'm Gaurav Kapur, with me Dinesh Karthik and Ajinkya Rahane. Starting off, we'd like to say that this West Indies innings, this batting innings, has been rather strange. A very slow start, a very slow finish, and madness in the middle.
Yeah, they were very skeptical at the start. I don't know why though. I understand the pitch was seeming a touch slow, but 5.5 when you've lost no wickets is always very alarming. Like, what were you thinking? Did you show the intent that was required? But then, interestingly, the first ball after power play was a 6. The second ball after power play was a 4. And these are big shots as well. So you're thinking, oh, what changed suddenly?
Yeah.
But the point is, they ended up, getting to a very decent score. Nothing earth-shattering. But I did feel that Shimron Hetmyer showed a lot of courage and intent and the bravery to go for those big hits. Not so many did around him, though.
Absolutely is. And this is very interesting because in the power play, you don't end up going at less than a run a ball. They've gone at less than a run a ball with no wicket lost. And as soon as the power play finishes, you said there's a 6 and a 4. It almost was like, remind me of Mr. Bachchan in the film, like, "Main pheke hue paise nahi uthata." Right? If you don't have fielders out, I will not hit a 6. Only when you put your fielders back, I'll hit a 6. It was just really strange to watch that.
It was absolutely very strange. No, I mean, they looked very tentative. First 6 overs. Yes, sometimes in the afternoon game, wicket can be slightly on a tackier side. It was seeming a bit slightly on the slower side, but you expect a batting unit to go and play with freedom. The first 6 overs, that's given.
Yeah.
This format is always about going out there, playing fearless cricket.
Correct.
As he said, DK said, Hetmyer, he had to take those chances after first 6 overs. Surprisingly, 17 runs, 7th over. Suddenly something changed. Probably a message from the dressing room that you have to go all out now. 6 overs, 33 is not on, especially in this format. So really surprising. But after 10 over, how they batted, Hetmyer got 60 odds in 38 balls. That inning and that partnership was something really good. Raman Powell got 24 of 14 and then Rutherford 13 of 26 of 13.
I've got the strike rates on the Cricbuzz app open on my phone. So let me tell you, because this makes very interesting reading. The openers have a strike rate, and one's played 30 balls, one's played 22 balls. So that's a large sample size. Yeah. One's played almost 1/4 of the innings, right? Brandon King, 116. Shea Hope, 86. Then everybody after that, 177, 171, 200, 200. So you've had to almost make up for how slow, inexplicably slow the openers were, because both of you know this ground really well. You've both spent many years playing here. The afternoon game, like Ajju's saying, it's not a less than a run a ball pitch by any standards.
And also that outfield, it's absolutely lightning quick.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse. I would just think that they were wary. It's their first game. They're coming from South Africa. So just wanted to make sure that they understand and assess the conditions quite nicely, which they did, but very cautiously. Do they need to be that cautious? I mean, what do you associate West Indies with? Flair, stroke making? Didn't see too much of that at the start.
Yeah. And then you saw it from Shimron Hetmyer, who in his 64, by the way, had 6 sixes and 2 fours.
Someone had to play that kind of an inning, especially after the start, which they got 33 in 6 overs and then 66 after 10 overs. Around 50% dot balls in first 6 overs. You don't actually see that, 50% of dot balls. However, the wicket is probably 6 overs, 45, 50. It's a given on any day.
Yeah.
So really surprised how they actually went about in the power play.
We know how everybody in the UK or Great Britain, wherever Scotland, I get very confused with the thing, but everybody there loves the curry. And today they'll love the curry a little more because Brad Curry was absolutely amazing. To be against the West Indies lineup, which we speak big hitters, batters right down till number 10, to go at less than a run a ball and pick up 2 wickets, that's a performance you can be proud of.
Absolutely. The fact that he was able to bowl 2 in the power play, 2 at the death, and control most of what he did, executed nicely at the back end, bowled a lot of slow ones with good deception at the start, got the ball to swing, always the keeper up. But most importantly, I think he used his brain nicely in terms of how he wanted to formulate the over. He got about making sure that he got the ball back into the right-handers at the start, and the end he made sure he bowled a lot of slow ones going away. It wasn't easy to get under him, but credit to the way he bowled. He was holding his nerve and did it very nicely for Scotland. He's kept them in the game, that's for sure, because if you see the last 14 went for 139, so that's 49 in fact, so that's more than 10 runs an over, and he's gone even in those 2 overs that he's bowled outside the power play quite nicely.
Yeah, he's bowled 1 for 2 runs towards the end, and the last over I think got 7. That
To
was
add what he said, actually, he looks very brave, especially bowling that last over.
Yeah.
You generally expect as a batter, bowler will bowl a Yorker or wide Yorker, but he kept on bowling those wide, slower balls.
Yeah.
I mean, even the last ball, you don't expect a length ball, a hard length ball.
Yeah.
Batsman like Shaman.
Yeah.
He was probably expecting a low full toss or a Yorker, but that bowling that hard length can be, sometimes that bluff works really well, but as a bowler, you need to be really brave to do that.
Also, it's very interesting what Ajju says, because the fact that he's trusted his slow ones so much, and he's got a nice deception to it as well, is something that the West Indies should take a cue out of. It does feel like a pitch where if you get your slow ones in, it's sticking on the pitch, might not be easy to time a ball. Right up to the end, there was a lot of balls that they missed time. Hetmyer, when he was batting 50 plus, missed one from good length because he's not able to get to the ball at the speeds that he thinks the ball is coming off the pitch. That is something West Indies should be aware of.
Now, when you look at those bowlers, which one of them you think can actually apply and execute that intel, right? Because we see the West Indies lineup. When you see that, you have Akil Hussain, who perhaps will bowl in the power play. You get Jason Holder, who's got so much experience. Which one of those bowlers you think can actually execute that intel?
Definitely Jason Holder has a good slow one. Even so, Romario Shepherd, he has a nice slow one off cutter as well. These 2 bowlers definitely have. Matthew Ford, I think he'll bowl in the power play. Should see if he bowls through the middle. Shamar Joseph is quick, so I'm sure he'll go for a lot more balls. That is his stock delivery, which is around the 140 mark. But the spinners will have a role to play on this pitch. They just bowl flat, quick, bowled a lot of Yorkers, in fact. They didn't use the pitch too much because they trusted their skill in executing a Yorker more than anything else. And it almost felt like Hetmyer was looking to hit every ball for a 6 when a left-arm spinner was bowling. So they just kept it simple. Go full, don't give him room to work with. And it worked decently. He still got a lot of 6s, but West Indies will be using the pitch a lot more, so they will get some turn.
They have, of course, a World Cup winning captain in their dugout, so that that intel will, of course, be communicated to the players. But what DK said, interestingly, in the beginning, where he said that a guy like Brad Curry's kept Scotland in the game. Do you think that Scotland is good for this 183?
Absolutely. Chasing down 180 plus on Kolkata pitch is very easy. The batting second wicket becomes really, really good. The one roll, the batting team gets a roller, and after that wicket becomes really good in the evening. So I think 180 should be chaseable. West Indies, they need to be bold. They need to bowl really well here. Change of pace, as DK said. Jason Holder, very experienced campaigner. Rutherford, not Rutherford.
Akil
and
Moti.
No.
The spinners. Who? Tell us who you want.
Guy.
Oh, Romario Shepherd.
Romario Shepherd.
I have seen him bowl those slow off cutters.
Yeah.
So he'll be really good on this wicket.
So if you were to pick one bowler, because I got a name ready. If you were to pick one of the West Indies bowlers who would make the most impact, I'm picking Akil Hussain, because I know he'll bowl in the power play, and I feel he can vary his length, his loop a lot, and Scotland would not have played a lot of that, like clever spin in the power play. So I'm picking him. Who's yours?
I would like to think Gudakesh Moti. He'll be bowling through the middle, and they have some good middle order batters. If he can come good, which I believe he can, then obviously West Indies will have a very good chance of defending this.
Okay. You? Is it Shepherd? We'll help you with the name.
No.
Who's yours?
I'm picking Jason Holder.
Okay.
Just experienced guy.
All right. So at this stage, would you say 50-50 or would you tilt the scales towards someone?
I'd say
This is the scale of justice. Come on, DK.
I'd say 51, but I'll say to West Indies, purely because they're a team which has a lot of T20 talent, and the fact that they have experience the fact that they've played IPL, a lot of the players, all of this, I'll say 51% to West Indies. But 49 is a very healthy percentage for Scotland to work with.
But it is not a controlling stake, sir. To get controlling stake, you need 51%, right? So, will you be a brave heart and back Scotland, or do you also agree with DK saying slight advantage to the team that's already put the runs?
I'll go 50-50.
Exact 50-50. You can see that Ajinkya Rahane is being rather non-committal. Little slight, little, point one.
I'll go with Scotland.
Oh, I like it.
50-48.
Ah, nice. He's being the brave heart. All right, we'll know whether Scotland can get points on the board by getting that 183 or can West Indies stop them. Remember, we have spoken in detail about the fact that their batting is their stronger suit. So it'll be quite interesting to see if their bowlers can step up today. It is one of those kind of middle of the road. It's not, their batting team's given them something, but not a lot. So it'll be interesting to see how the second half of this game pans out. Irrespective, we, of course, will join you at 6:30 p.m. India Standard Time to lead up to the India-USA game. So please join us on time. If you join us even 1 minute late, we will charge you 18% tariff. No, we won't. I promise. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking. But of course, we'll see you at the end of the 10th over with the Cricbuzz Combox. So do join us then. Right now, big thank you to Dinesh Karthik and Ajinkya Rahane.
You have to ask me what they'll get in the power play because I want to win one at least.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
You have no hope on me, do you?
It's not going to happen.
We were so far off the mark. Now we know the pitch. We can give a decent figure. Come on, you got to trust us to get one right. I mean, the English has to do better than Hindi for a start. Let's start there.
Okay, 47.
50.
52.
47, 50, 52. Okay, those are our power play guesses. What are yours? Tell us in the comments or send it to us on Twitter. You can also send us a UPI. Put the QR code on screen. No? But we'll do it later. Thank you so much for watching Cricbuzz Live. We'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.